Get off my lawn! Whoa, it happened. I wasn't sure it would. Welcome to GrumpsTV. Today is quite a day. You'll notice that I'm gidgeless today. As you saw the last show, the heat wave hit, and it's been very intense, and Gidge's thermostat does not agree with hot climes. She escaped to cooler places and left me in the middle of what ended up being GrumpsTV XLII 42. And while I was thinking if this could be brought by the letter I, a sesame, or the body part I, or the concept of I, right now, I am in the eye of the storm because this state is on fire. This area is on fire. I have a fire 2.5 miles one way that way and about 6 miles that way. We are full of smoke and ash, and I'm awaiting evacuation orders as we speak. Hoping not. I live in a very fire-prone area in a wooded canyon, and it's more than scary. Anyways, but you didn't come for that. You came for GrumpsTV. So let's get it started, and I have to do it now in the original key. Don't try to boss me. I'll leave you in dismay. And don't try to cross me. I'll ruin your whole day. I've got more mental problems than a shrink could ever say. I'm obfuscating, prevaricating, and constantly pontificating. I'm procrastinating, cream cheese grating, and forever belly aching, you know? I'm exasperating, and I'm infuriating, and I'm irritating, and I'm all those things. And I'm an asshole. But get off my lawn! That's gross. Even the iPad knew to dim at that moment. Yes, I am boiling in here. I might have to turn on the swamp cooler, folks, because it is just smoky and unbelievably hot. But we're going to keep going anyways. And thank you for tuning in. I quite expected nobody would make it, simply because, I know there's a couple people that really dig this, but check out the belt buckles. They're still available. There's a few left. I gotta pour my own Sanitini. Yes, the Grumps Sanitini. Can you believe for 42 weeks I've been drinking gin, hand sanitizer, and jalapeno stuffed olives. And I thought it was only going to be for a couple of weeks and then I could check into a rehab. But the commitment I have to you is why I'm doing this. Sure, my car is packed. I'm ready to go. Yes, these fires are scary. And of course, I know that it's the convention tonight and a very exciting night, a historical night for our country. And I'm sure you'll all watch, or I'm sure some of you will, and I'm surprised any of you are watching this. But I'm sharing with you something very important to me, because when you see the world around you burning and you realize you could go with it, or all of your things, you know, that Buddhist stuff of like being one with the world is really so much better when you've got all your shit. Cheers. Anyways, if this ends abruptly, you'll know why. Other than the FAA or whoever it is, the FCC, the FBI shutting me down. This is a little song that, again, my concept was going to be I, and it still is, and we're going to go along with it. That was going to be the concept of actually last week until the heat wave hit. But now, we're going one more step further, because I'm going to do this, and then we're going to get into the eyes. The eyes and the ice. Here we go. what they said. Get out of town before the fire's too close. No tease. Get out of town or your ass is grilled cheese. The state's on fire. The temperature's higher. Don't expire in the pyre. It's 1,000 degrees. Just disappear. Your stuff is only your stuff. And it's not a game. So near to the flame, I might have to retreat without a guitar. And darling, it's getting me down. So on my mark, get set, get out of town. Yeah, officer, I'm coming. Just got to finish this chorus. I got some people watching. Getting out of town. Man, get out of town. That's exactly what they're telling me to do. But I'm going to stay here and play because this is what I got to do. But then I'm going to get out of town. I love you guys and I love playing, but I don't think I'm going to burn for it. And I was told that there'd be a last warning, and I'm ready to go. And hopefully the Sanatini's going to keep me insulated. You want hot? You want hot? My dear friend David, the banjo. the man who did the drive-by banjo with the drive-by Dixieland, grows peppers, serrano peppers. These are nasty sons of bitches. And you know, it's hot enough. Anyways, as I was saying, oh my God, I've lost my voice. Now I sound like Gidget almost. We got a big night tonight. Got the Democratic Convention. Grumps is going to be evacuated to somewhere, and with the COVID, no one, hey, let's face it, Grumps was already quarantined. No one wanted to be around him. So, I guess I'll be living in my car. I'll call myself car full instead of carless. Car full Santana. Anyway, but back to our eyes. And this is something that the eyes, they say, are the windows of the soul, but they're also a very deep expression of egomania. And, you know, like somebody once called me a quote singer. Yeah, I sing quotes like, there's no I in team. Fuck that shit. Good teams are a bunch of I's. Only if some megalomaniac-ass coach said some stupid shit like that. A good team is a bunch of great individuals who are still themselves at 100% and still commit themselves to the betterment of the group. That is a lot of I's in team. It's got more I's than the Polish phone book. You know, Dinsky and Sobodinsky and Slobodinsky and Obadinsky. Anyway. Okay. That's just my opinion. Duke Ellington, the greatest band ever. Nothing but a bunch of individuals collectively working for the betterment. It wasn't about a bunch of selfless drones. It was about a bunch of artists that were working together and sometimes fighting with each other just to challenge each other and to make sure it was great. Count Basie's band, Miles Davis band. Every great band you hear is a bunch of eyes working together to make the we. Not a bunch of neutered, castrated nothings. So no I in team. I had some of the stupidest quote singers I ever heard. Okay, now if I haven't pissed you off enough, let's get our first contestant here. I'm going to go for somebody who's a regular contributor to this, and he sent me just a beautiful piece, and he goes first, and his name is Gary Meek. Excuse me while I disappear. Pardon me. I've got the runs. Gary Meek, Angel Eyes, 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 Eyes. I've been telling you, what a day it's been. I don't know if you can tell in here because I turned some lights on, but there's like an orange glow all day long, and it's ash out there like it's snowing. Like I say, I live in this wooded canyon. I just hope that we get spared this time. It's an interesting thought to kind of put your stuff together. What is it you want to take? What is it you don't? And you realize the most important things aren't even things. They're people and their memories and their feelings. And even the things you take are mere representations of those things. And so on this night when there's a convention going on and people are promising the future and hoping for the future and offering a way out of this interesting carnival ride we've been on, I just want you to remember that you are your feelings and your love and your commitment. I'm here doing this because even if all 4 of you weren't watching, I'd be doing it for the 3 of you. And I'm going to go deep here. This is my second dose. Okay. I want to tell you about a friend of mine named Outta. Back in the days when I had a trio together. It was Vince Ladiano's trio at a club in San Francisco called Pearls. What a great time. We played in that club, and everybody who came through town, because we played late and we played long, everybody came in and sat in with us. And the first 5 years of that gig was Vince's on drums and Outta on bass and me on guitar. And Al was he played with Benny Goodman. That was a gig he did for a long time. He was a really amazing cat, had an incredibly storied life that I can't tell about it on the internet. It's not internet rated, but Al Obadinsky used to say, even though there's 3 I's in my name, I only have 1. Well, he had an accident as a young man, and he only had 1 eye. And so he used to make these jokes, of course, which are now completely unallowed to do, but I'm going to do them anyways because I'm in the past and I may burn the fuck down now, so I'm going to do it. He used to make a joke. He called it the Cyclops fake book. You know, you take a tune like Star Eyes, and he would call it Star Eye. You get the idea. The night has 500 eyes, and the night has 1,000 eyes. And he had a lot of them, and they were all very funny. But his favorite one, and it was a feature he used to love to play, and this is a song he always called, Please Don't Talk About Me, One Eye's Gone. Please don't talk about me. One eye's gone. Aloe, if you're out there, I love you. You're probably the one guy who's watching. Cheers, everybody. I want to let you know that so far I've made it halfway through the show, and they haven't called an evacuation. Usually my plane causes it. Lord knows it's happened more than a couple hundred times. But right now, I'm sweating my ass off. Why? Because it's hotter than shit out there, and there's ashes flying, and there's smoke. And I got a car packed with a toothbrush. And me and Ruby are going to make a run for it after this, maybe. But you never go too far. I don't want to go too far from you because you're my people. My pipples. My pipples. And I want to thank the person who donated to my cause. I don't know if you remember last week's show. You can always go back and see them on my YouTube channel. They're all archived there. I was on a rant about the post office, which I happen to have a very big affinity for and a lot of great ideas for. And I just decided I needed to raise enough money to donate to all the campaigns so that I can get the gig of Postmaster General. Of course, which will shore up the post office so everybody gets everything, but also create a true bank of equality and freedom and low fees and no fees for all the people. So we have honest access to our own money and don't have to deal with the bullshit while they make a bunch of money loaning it out to other people. And anyways, that's one of the things, but also there's a fleet of vehicles and great employees who could be trained up, could be used a lot of ways for the community than just what they're being used. And of course, make more money, because it would make more money for everybody and would make the world better. All the real estate of the post office could be used for community events, particularly music, but I'm a little biased in that. But these are things. I need a few $1,000,000 so that I can donate to the campaigns so that I can be the Postmaster General, and then we will really make some noise. Of course, you can vote by mail. You can. That's like Christmas card shit. I'm talking some serious 21st century humanity. Okay, I'm going in. I think I've got 4 bites on this one pepper. This looks like it's going to be the worst. Let me put a... You can all see all the seeds in that son of a bitch. So, hell, may not hear the evacuation call. You know the bad thing? Of course, if my garden doesn't burn down, which it very well could. Woo! Forte! Mangiato uno così, adesso si parla italiano. Non credo. Imparato. Il miracolo. Sto parlando italiano. Non fatto niente, ma mangiato un piccolo peperoncino. Whew. Anyways, bad news and good news is if my garden makes it through this firestorm, I got habaneros up there. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Is there anybody out there that can eat a habanero? It's like napalm, right? I think what I'm going to do is like cut them up and use them as gopher bait or keep the gophers away. Maybe drop one of them in a jar of olive oil and have some hot oil. Maybe, and even maybe then, and you're looking at a guy that can handle them. You know, serranos, jalapenos, things like that. But, and I'm sweating. This little is really... He ain't one yet, but I think the next bite actually has more seeds, so we'll find out. Anyways, a couple of my friends, I call them up, and here's one guy, a lovely gentleman who has been on the show, who I'm really thankful for getting to know. You all have heard Tierney Sutton on the show, who is in Paris. Alors, I would sing La Vie en Rose for you right now, but boy, that would be horrible. Tierney Sutton's in Paris with her husband Serge, the great guitar player who's also been on the show, Serge Merlot. And we met Romain, remember, from the last time. And I told him I was doing an eyes concept. And he says, why don't you use Django's dark eyes? And, of course, he's just exceptional. I mean, you really need to check him out because he's got a lot of great vintage instruments. And he does an amazing thing on YouTube with, like, you can hear him play the same song, but he'll use a D'Angelico, then an old Gibson, then an old Epiphone, and you can really hear the sonic differences of these instruments and the artistry of these great makers who made them, because you're hearing the same person play these three guitars. And he does it in a really artistic way. His name is Romain. Well, we would say Romain. It's Romain. R-O-M-A-I-N. And, okay, I'm going to give you the correct spelling, and I know that like a lot of me wants to, like, I'm going to ruin it. So I'm going to go somewhere. It's Vuillemin, but of course Tierney and Serge and Romain are laughing right now. And I'm just trying to find, oh shoot, I can't find it anymore. Oh, I'm so lame. Oh, I know how to do it. Because really, this, you know, okay. Romain Vuillemin. Vuillemin. It's the pepper. I can't, in this editing, I can't get my mouth to work. I'm going to spell it for you. V-U-I-L-L-E-M-I-N in English. V, you know, Vic as in Victor. U as in you. I as in eyeball. L as in El Paso. L again as in elephant. E as in Icarus. M as in M&M. I as in ay caramba. And N as in end of a love affair. Okay. Romain Vuillemin. Sorry, Romain. You'll see him. You really need guitar players. There might be a few of you out there. You need to check him out on YouTube because he's got this amazing side of these, like I say, these vintage acoustic instruments recorded like with the exact same microphone, the exact same proximity, so you, and the same person playing, so you can really hear the differences of these guitars and the makers, and it's so fascinating, and it's just like he's just such an artist, you know. He cares so much, and he's a good-looking guy, so that pisses me off, but I'll get over it. You know, these French guys are taking over the world. You know, at least now somebody's got to give the Australians a run for their money. Okay, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to turn that's off. That's on. God, I wish I could play live here with him. Oh man, you coronavirus, you little mother. You're so little. I could take you and I could put you inside this pepper and I could stuff you inside of my mouth. You fucking stupid thing. We could be playing music. If I get evacuated, I go to somebody's fucking house. Have a nice day. I lied. That last part of the pepper, no problem. The heat was in the other end. Cheers, everybody. Again, Romain, go check out my man, okay? And what I hear, Tierney and Serge are back in Paris. So now maybe the four of us can do something. This just keeps going. I mean, it's number 42. This is episode 42. Who would have thought that we'd ever do this together? And I know a lot of you are turning on the historical event that's happening right now. And you should. Because I'll be on YouTube and you can watch me anytime. And you can remember that the toilet paper earrings that are going to be around for the rest of eternity were invented by me and Gidget. And the Grumps TV belt buckle is also something that's a memento, not a momento, it's memento of this time. It needs to be put in one of those boxes of keepsakes that gets burned up in a goddamn fire. Well, Ruby heard that. This Ruby. Check this out. You hear that? Something that really happened to me with this guitar. I'm going to tell you about the red guitar and everything. I'm talking. I don't know if you can hear this, but there's an actual... Can you hear the difference between I'm talking and I'm talking? I'm talking. I'm talking. This instrument is so honest and so alive and yet plays so great. And it's all thanks to Stefan Sontag. I'm not saying he's the only guy that can do this. There are numerous Geppettos out there. And if you go back into the If They Build It show, I introduced you the world, or some of you, to these amazing woodworkers who bring life to, but with an instrument that just is so responsive, it's equally inspiring and terrifying, because whatever you do, she's gonna scream. So, sort of like Gidget. You know, maybe that's why I fell in love with Ruby. This was the original Ruby, because Ruby is now 15 years old. So the Ruby the dog came along much later. Man, the jalapeno in there is so nothing compared to that Serrano. In terms of eat, it tastes good. No, just kidding. Anyways, these things, they burn in fires. And there's always more of them. The music's made by humans, their hearts, their hands, their eyes, their imagination. But they do have souls, and we do love them. And if I have to make a run of all the great guitars I've got, and I've got a bunch of them, this is the one I'm going to grab. Just kind of like a lot of great women in the world, but you end up with one. And you know, I love it when we keep a constant thing going, but dig this. My boy Alex, who's kind of one of my sons, as you met last week, the first time we've ever had a repeat customer on Guitar Wank. Guitar Wank. That's my podcast on Grumps TV. God damn. This fire, man. Looking out the window any minute, I expect to see flames. This is some sick shit. Anyways, He knows that I...
1, 2, 3.
Hold on. God damn, let me start this. This is Alex Frank. You'll recognize him from his porno movies. No, actually, he does live in San Fernando Valley, so it wouldn't be surprising to me. You know, I think he goes by the name of Tiny Tim. Anyways, okay. So what we've got to do here is just hit probably this and this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Star Eye. Wow. Star Eyes. You know, if I don't, I could be wrong, but I think I played that song earlier on this show with Peter Bernstein. And I think I remember telling the story. I don't care though. I may burn in the canyon tonight, so I'm going to tell it again. I was playing this song once. I was on the road with Barney Kessel. And I was trying to impress him, of course, and I love this song. And I was playing it okay. He said to me, Bruce, I'm playing. He said, Bruce, why are you playing in E flat? You're a guitar player. Play it in E. He said, do you think Monk would have written Round Midnight in E flat if he was a guitar player? Holy shit. Now I got D. And going with the bridge goes to A. Woo! Cheers, everybody. Well, it's come to the end of the show. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for the fact that we made it to the end and they didn't come out and evacuate me. And I'm hoping that I see you today is Wednesday. I see you next Saturday. It's getting kind of weird that way, isn't it? See you next Saturday. Hopefully Gidget by my side. And I'll have evacuated and come back. Or I'll have not evacuated. Or if I evacuate, we'll do it from an evacuation center. Because commitment to an ideal and a principle and a pursuit and a passion is about what we got left. And it's not the we. It's the I's that make the we that matters. So every one of you all, I want you to know I cherish you. I am grateful for you, and I honor you, and I encourage you to stay committed to making the world a better place with music and love and creativity and art and compassion. So until then, don't try to boss me. I'll leave you in dismay. And don't try to cross me. I'll ruin your whole day. I've got more mental problems than a shrink will ever say. I'm obfuscating, prevaricating, and constantly pontificating. I'm procrastinating, cream cheese grating, and forever belly aching. I'm exasperating. I'm aggravating. I'm irritating and infuriating. And such an asshole. So get off my lawn. Good night, Irene, if I can make this work. If not, belt buckles for sale, belt buckles for sale. You need a belt buckle.
Don't try to cross him, he'll leave you with dismay. And don't try to fuss him, he'll ruin your whole day. He's got more mental problems than a shrink could ever say. He's obfuscated.